Hey, what's up guys? It's Jules Alexander and welcome back to another episode of the Backlot Review. Alright, so for this review, we're going to be talking about... So as usual, I'm going to be giving you guys the good, the bad, and a little bit of spoilers about Alien Covenant. And let's just say I've got quite a bit to say about this movie, so let's just jump right into the good.
Dallas?
Now, right off the bat, and I'm not sure if this is technically a spoiler or not, so I'm going to put a miniature spoiler here, but anyway, I really like the relationship between Walter, the new synthetic man, and David, the older synthetic man from Prometheus. I really like their relationship. Again, I'm not sure if that's spoiling anything, because when I went into the movie, I already knew that David was going to be in this movie, so I was expecting it, but I'm not sure what you guys know about that, so just be aware of that as I go through the review. But yeah, David and Walter, both played by Michael Fassbender, really had an interesting relationship. I really love seeing how David was, showing Walter how much more he can be. Walter's the newer model, so they took out a lot of what they had in David's model, and some of the creative things that David had in his mind. And Walter makes the point of, you were too human, they were afraid of you. And I really like that dynamic between those two. I thought that was very interesting, and unfortunately, to me, it was a lot more interesting than some of the interactions we had with the other human characters. Another thing was the deaths in this movie were very different and interesting. I really like that. They're very creative, I would say. You get a lot of the same tropes from the Alien movies. You have the chest burster, but you also get things coming out of other parts of other human body parts. So that was interesting. But yeah, I just thought they were very interesting and about as gory and bloody as I would want them to be from an Alien movie. But speaking of the Alien, the Xenomorph and the Neomorph, the new Neomorph, whatever it is, both looked very good, I would say. The effects in this movie were very good. I will say there are a few points that I'm very conflicted on. As I'm sitting here reviewing this, a lot of the points that I'm having in the good section, I'm also finding faults with. So I'm actually kind of conflicted right now. But anyway, both the Xenomorph and the Neomorph looked very interesting throughout the movie whenever they were on screen. You really get to learn more about the alien lore in this movie. That's something I've really been fascinated since I saw the first one. How it goes from facehugger to chest burster to full-grown alien. You really get to learn more about that in this movie. And I just thought that was really cool and interesting to get to learn more about. And I will go ahead and throw this in with the good. I know I complained a little bit at the beginning about some of the crew members and how David and Walter really stole the show in that department, but I mean, some of the crew members really did stand out as pretty cool and interesting. But yeah, especially Catherine Watterson as Daniels and Danny McBride's character as, I think it was Tennessee. They really stole the show for me in terms of the crew members and how they interacted with each other and whatnot. Some of the other crew members I don't really remember that much. I just remember either how they died or whatever happened to them. That's all I can really say about those guys. And also Billy Crudup as I believe his name was Orem in the movie. I thought those three crew members outside of David and Walter were very interesting, and I really liked their dynamic. But everyone else just kind of fell flat in that department. All right, so now let's get into some of the bad.
Oh no, not again.
Now, when I say bad and when I say good, I should really add like a third section or a fourth section into my reviews, because I would definitely add a conflicted section, because a lot of the things that I had that were good can kind of be contradicted by some of the things that I have that were bad, and vice versa. So it's like, for example, I really thought that there might have been too much alien in the movie. And what I mean by that is, you know, when we do see the aliens, we see a lot of the physical alien. You know, and again, I said that they looked good, but at the same time, what made the first and for the most part the second movie really memorable, at least to me, was that you didn't really see a lot of the alien. You saw what the crew members were going through, and kind of, you know, not seeing the alien was really more suspenseful than actually seeing it. You know, in this movie, those moments where you normally wouldn't see the alien, the camera actually takes you there. You know, we're supposed to be seeing this movie from the point of view of the crew members, but in several moments there are parts where you're actually seeing it literally from the xenomorph or the neomorph's perspective, and it's like, I should feel like I'm a crew member with the camera, with the crew, going through what they're going through, rather than a cameraman going out and seeing what the neomorph is doing for 5 seconds. You know, it's like that's why I'm conflicted, because it's like I want to see more of the alien. I want to see the alien. You know, in Prometheus we didn't get barely any alien creatures. You know, it was kind of missed from that perspective. But going back after seeing Alien and Aliens over the weekend, and then going in and see Alien Covenant, it was really strange to see how much more of the alien that we see in this movie. Now, one thing that plagues these movies and horror movies, most horror movies today in general, are the stupid decisions that these victims make in these movies. You know, it's like you are on this alien planet and you are going out without a spacesuit or anything. Yes, I know the ship said that it's breathable, and you know you're looking for a human life because you heard a human voice or whatever, so you're expecting to be able to breathe and all that good stuff on the planet. But at the same time, you never know what's out in that world. There could be some weird alien spore that gets into your body and turns you into a breeding center for an alien creature that's going to kill you all. You know, something like that. You can't even go out into the jungles of Africa on our own planet without contracting some contagious, deadly disease half the time. And yeah, you're going to go out on this alien planet and expect to be fine without any sort of protection at all. You know, just little things like that. And like when people were going through and they're like one guy literally goes up to an alien spore on this planet and touches. It's like, why would you touch that? It's the same kind of thing that was in Prometheus that people were talking about with Prometheus. It's like, why would you touch that weird alien vase there? Why would you touch that weird alien goo? It's that same sort of thing. Now again, something that I'm really conflicted about, but I'm putting it in the bad section because I feel a little bit more negative about it, is the tone really felt more like a Jurassic Park movie rather than a Alien movie, if that makes any sense. Which if this movie was entitled Alien Covenant, and it felt like a Jurassic Park movie, or if it was a Jurassic Park movie, it would be amazing. I would say that. You know, but the fact that this is an alien movie, and I really felt more. I mean, it's intense. The movie's intense. Don't get me wrong. And there are some scary moments, but it wasn't. I didn't feel a sense of like claustrophobia and dread that I did when I saw Alien and Aliens. I really felt more adrenaline going through my body than fear and dread for these characters, especially since most of it takes place in such an open world. And again, going back to the whole idea of, we really do see more of the alien physically. We see more of the actual alien. Again, that's why they felt more like animals in this movie rather than aliens. They literally felt like the raptors from Jurassic Park or Jurassic World going after the crew members rather than the creepy aliens from the old movies. Alright, and now, last but certainly not least, we're going to get into some spoilers.
Get away from her, you.
Now the big spoiler is at the very end of the movie, we find out that David and Walter switched places. So it was really cool how they did this twist, because first of all, we don't see, so David and Walter have this conflict in the movie, and you know, they're fighting or whatever. We see that, and then we don't see which one wins the fight or whatever. We just see one of them go back to the crew, or what's left of the crew, and joins them like nothing happened. Seems like it's Walter, but you know, something seems a little off. But you see the hand, and it's like, okay, the hand is burnt off. That's okay, so it must be Walter, right? And so we're having this final confrontation on the ship with the alien, and they're trying to stop the alien. And this whole time you're thinking, okay, well, if this was David, he wouldn't be helping them because, you know, David wants them dead. So if this was David, he wouldn't be helping them fight off this alien at the end of the movie, right? So that all happens, and then, you know, they beat the alien, and Tennessee and Daniels are left alive at the end, and they're going back into hypersleep to get to the other planet for the colony to land. And at the last second, when Walter is putting down Daniels to go into hypersleep, she realizes that that's not Walter, that it's David at the very last second. And the dread on her face is like, oh my god, what can I do? Because she's going into hypersleep. She's about to be put to sleep. She can't do anything about it. And I thought that was such an amazing twist. Now she's going to sleep knowing that this dangerous synthezoid is on this ship with I think like 2,000 colonists that are trying to make it to this other planet, and there's nothing she can do to help them. So that's the other question I have to end there is, what's going to happen to those colonists? So that makes it really interesting, and I think that really sold me for this movie, was just that ending, because it's like you don't know what's going to happen to these colonists. Is David going to kill them all? Is he going to turn them all into breeding sacks for a more alien species? Is he going to experiment on them like he did with Shaw? But there's something I wanted to ask you guys, if you've seen the movie at all. Do you think this was too predictable? I know the friend that I went to go see this movie with, I know we kind of were like, oh man, is that David, is it Walter? We were kind of questioning it from the get-go. But I don't know if that makes it too predictable, or if maybe we were just paying more attention to it. I'm not sure, you know. So if you saw the movie and you may have missed that and it really did surprise you, just let me know, because I'm really curious about what other people think about that twist, if it was more of a twist or if you saw it coming. Alright, so overall, Alien Covenant, it had a very interesting story, I'll give it that. And, you know, very good twist at the end, but there were some problems with the movie that I just wish were a little bit better, especially coming off of, you know, I just watched Alien and Aliens over the weekend, and coming off of those classic movies and everything like that, I really felt like this movie could have done a little bit better, especially after Prometheus was a bit more disappointing to most people, and, you know, we were all hoping that this would be the next big Alien movie, which for some people it seems that it was. So, but in my opinion, I would give it 3 out of 5 face huggers. Alright, so if you've seen the movie, let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys think about that thing I was talking about in the spoiler section. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you liked and would like to subscribe to my channel. And also check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Mostly Instagram. I've yet to post anything on my Twitter, so just be aware of that. So, but I mean, if I get more followers, then maybe that will convince me to post more on Twitter, so who knows. And so with that being said, I'm Jules Alexander, and this has been the Backlot Review.